All right, everybody. We are back with another episode 3 of Soul Sister Sit Down. And tonight, y'all, I have the honor of interviewing Miss lovely Osha Cerese. Okay, so I met Osha.
Hey,
Well, how long ago was it?
it's
Three,
been going on what, 2 years?
2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years
Mhm.
ago now. And the crazy part is we are internet besties. So we have never met each other in person, but we're best friends. Crazy. That's what happens when you talk to somebody literally every single day. When you work on your dreams with somebody every single day, you're just able to connect in that way. And to be honest, I would not have started this podcast or YouTube or whatever you're watching me on. I would not have started it without Asha pushing me, motivating me, and encouraging me, just always being really, really positive. Even when I was in my little slump about like, oh, the world, like life is so damn hard. Like you were always there to motivate me and keep me going. So of course it was an honor and it was a no-brainer to be like, okay, I have to ask Asha to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Um, so, Asha, I want to open it up. I like to know who are you, where are you from, and kind of give us an idea of what do you do.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am Osha Cerese. That question is really deep to me. Like, who are you? Because I feel like I'm ever evolving. So who I am right now is still becoming something different. You know, every day I'm someone new and discovering new parts of myself. But I am a free-spirited, loving, cool weirdo. You know, if you know, you know. Like my brand is cool weirdo, but to me, it describes me perfectly because yeah, I'm just so many different things. I'm goofy. I'm funny, but I'm sensual and sexy and feminine, and I could be serious at times. I could be about my business. So I'm just I feel like I'm fun, but I'm cool. Like I can blend in with any type of crowd and still be myself. Like I pride myself on being just my authentic self, no matter what area I'm in. When I was at work, I was myself. When I'm at school, I'm myself. When I'm around everybody else, I'm myself, and you just have to take it or leave it. I was born in Birmingham, so my roots are Southern. Like my paternal side, my ancestors are from Louisiana, and my maternal side is from Alabama. So I was born in Birmingham, but we moved to Colorado when I was 3. So that's where I grew up. And I've been living in Marietta, Georgia for the past 7.5 years. I have pretty much been on my entrepreneurial journey this will be the 10th year, technically, but full time, it'll be 3 years on February 1st. So, so yeah, I started my first official business in 2012, but I left my career as a nurse in 2019. That's what I was doing since I was 20 years old. I was in the medical field before that, but I was a nurse since the age of 20, working in geriatrics and then moving into pediatrics. And I finally took the leap to leave and chase my dreams in 2019. And so what I do is I do me because because I do so many different things. And I think that's the beauty of my personal entrepreneurial journey is when I took that leap of faith, I didn't necessarily have a plan. There was so many different things that I was doing. And over the past 3 years, I've just pretty much been cultivating my gifts and figuring out what works for me. And I do a lot of different things. I'm a certified life coach officially now. I have bath and body products. I am a vegan home chef. So I've done events and meal preps and different things like that for people when they want to transition to veganism. I've taught people how to transition to veganism. I have a youth enrichment program. I have journals. I have all kinds of different things. So I'm just a multifaceted creator. That's what I like to box that in, if I have to give it a name.
Yes, we love it. And I love hearing about all the things that you do because you're so passionate. And so that goes to my next question with diving more into those passions and kind of like fleshing those out. So essentially, what are the main things that you're passionate about? And then how are you able to turn those passions into your purpose?
I would say the main things I'm passionate about is or our self-love, because I feel like self-love and healing, I would say, are hand in hand. They could be interchangeable in some ways, but my healing journey and my self-love journey and self-discovery as well, just being on that path and learning so much about myself and breaking down some of those past traumas and things like that. I've really been diving deep into that in the past few years and being able to share my journey with others in order to help them. So I'm very passionate about that. I'm very passionate about building self-esteem and confidence and all of that into youth. I've had my youth service since I was, or since 2012, and I'm very passionate about that. Taking my experiences in life and seeing what it is that I may have been missing as a child and what I can provide to children now. I'm a foodie, so I'm very passionate about food and passionate about showing people how, even though you're vegan, you do not have to eat boring food, because I refuse to eat flavorless, boring food. So when I became vegan, that's pretty much how I kind of learned how to cook well. Like, I could cook, but like when you become vegan, you have to become so creative. You got to become an artist in the kitchen, or you're gonna be eating salads and tofu, and it's a no for me, dog. So I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about Black people, like just the upliftment of Black people. I feel like I'm kind of sad about how like it just seems so divided between Black men and Black women right now. So I'm really passionate about bridging those gaps and finding ways to love each other and honor each other and value each other. And I'm passionate about being a woman as well. Like, I'm so glad I am a woman. I was doing some journaling about that in my mom's journal, as well as Pussy Prayers. I don't know if you've heard about that journal.
Yeah.
And it, like, what do you love about being a woman? Are you happy about being a woman? And I'm so happy that I'm a woman. So I'm very passionate about all things woman, feminine, femininity, and just being in my energy and my essence. And I'm passionate about life and finding the joy of life and finding happiness and finding different ways to wake up and be happy and raise my vibrations every day, and share those tools with others as well.
I love it. Especially because everything that you've been passionate about, you really are, you embody that, you emulate it, and you share it literally with everybody who gets to know you, who touches you, all of that, even your mama, even Sweet Tea, okay? Like, she is definitely the definition of femininity. And what I really appreciated was during my time of like me trying to, find myself and figure it all out, you also helping me tap into my own feminine energy. And just becoming one, because a lot of times we don't really think about how we are divine beings and how we are feminine beings, and us working all the time, hustling all the time, trying to figure out how to make a dollar, like all like the constant overload we put on our minds and our bodies throw us out of alignment. And you get back into alignment is you loving yourself, doing whatever you need to do to get your body healthy, and not healthy in the sense of society standards of, that the small waist and the big ass, but,
Right.
healthy for you, because your body was given to you for a reason. And so, you always were able to remind me of that when I was going on my like, oh my God, like I need to lose the weight. I need to, I got all this going on. And you were always able to rein me back in, just based on your own passions, which I really, again, appreciate so much. So with your passions and your business, I just want to know, how has creating your businesses helped you on your own healing journey? So you are very transparent about a lot of the things that you've been through. And I was very surprised, when we first started talking, he was like, I went through this, and I was like, me
Yeah.
I found somebody else. Because a lot of times when you're going through life, you're thinking like, damn, I'm the only one. I'm the only one. I can't talk about it because I don't want to look stupid because I'm the only one. But when you start to open up, you allow room for healing. So how has your businesses been able to help you on your own journey?
I guess I'll start with my youth program because I was inspired by my aunt who has her, she has an annual fashion show in honor of my cousin. She has a nonprofit organization, April Lynn Jamerson Foundation, in honor of my cousin who was murdered in Birmingham. And so she has 2 annual events. One is for seniors and one is a fashion show. So she was initially working with adults, and she started doing a small group of little girls, and then eventually brought in boys as well. And when she was talking to me, she was telling me about how when she taught them how to model, how that she noticed that was boosting their self-esteem. And when I was going through my divorce, I was kind of, just learning how to be on my own again, and living with a best friend at the time. And I was like, you know what? I would like to start a program here, but I want to create a whole camp where it's, character development and confidence building and all of these things. I wanted to create a full curriculum and not just focus on the fashion show, but also have a program for the kids to be able to learn and, instill certain principles in them. So I started the Orchid Life. And when I was working with these children, it just helps heal my inner child as well, because I was such a shy little girl, and I'm still shy in many ways. People think because I'm confident or I'm, outgoing and I'm fun and all of that when I'm in person that I'm not shy. I'm shy, but it's also helped me to overcome that in many ways as well. Yeah. To teach little kids, like, you don't have to be afraid of being yourself and shining and having that bright light and performing in front of people and worrying about what they think. Like, everything that I'm teaching them, I'm teaching myself too, and I'm teaching the little girl inside of me. And just being able to really work with them and see a difference from them being reserved or scared or timid or afraid to participate or whatever their issue is in the beginning, even behavioral issues, and see that growth over the 6 to 8 weeks that I spend with them. It really helps me. Also with Damn Near Vegan, like I said, just to see someone discover that they can eat healthier and not have to skip out on the flavor and not have to skip out on the things that they love. Like, you can still have soul food, you can still have, your Cajun boils, and you can still have all of these things that make you feel happy or make you feel like at home without the meat and the dairy and all that. So seeing that, seeing the differences in health that my mom has taken on a mostly vegan diet, which my brand name came from her, Damn Near Vegan. She's damn near vegan now. And seeing people that have listened to my advice and seeing ways that it's healed them. And, because I got onto the vegan diet for my own healing. I didn't start off really concerned about the animals. I love animals now. Or the environment. Like, everybody has their why of why they get started with veganism. For me, it was health. Like, I was having some stomach issues and different things. So I was able to heal certain ailments that the doctors weren't able to help me with my diet. And so seeing that help others, that helps me as well. And then as far as my life coaching and everything, since I was a child, like, as I've been on my journey, the question that's always asked is, what do people come to you for? And since I literally was a child, people have always come to me for advice and encouragement and uplifting and motivation. And I've always had the gift of being able to see people's gifts, see how they can utilize their gifts, how they can monetize their gifts, see things in them that they may not see in themselves. And I never really could figure out what I can do with that gift. I just kind of was just like, okay, I guess I'm just that friend or that point of contact that people call me and they just talk to me about it. And over the years, like, different little signs were leading up to me actually pursuing life coaching, because I looked into consulting, and I'm like, okay, should I be a consultant? What type of consultant? I kind of took a couple of classes, it didn't really resonate, consulting. And then when I was, the first year after I left my job, doing little side gigs when you have to make ends meet, I was doing Uber. And this lady had got in my car and she was talking to me and she was telling me how, like, you would make a great life coach. She was like, I'm a life coach and I went through this program, and she gave me her card and everything. And I was like, that does sound like something I would want to do. And I looked into it and it was like so expensive. And I was just like, you know what, whatever. And so,
Right. Because if the
so
price ain't right.
yeah. So last year, I finally went on ahead to buckle down. I found a program that matched my budget and matched my attention span on how I like to learn. And it just basically resonated. I'm like, the things that they're teaching me in this program are things that I already, you know, tell people and do. It gave me a little bit more insight, but helping people to see themselves and to show up as themselves and to realize that there are no rules as far as you don't have to abide by a particular list of rules to live your life to the fullest and be your highest self. That helps heal me in so many ways, because I wish I had more of a guide like that, you know, through my journey. Like, of course, you have to learn your lessons on your own and things like that. But when you have somebody that's been through certain things and someone has tried the trial and era of the path that you're already on, that can give you a little bit of insight and drop those jewels, like that helps. So that's definitely healing for me as far as sharing my gifts and being that person for people. And I've learned because it used to drain me to be that person. So I finally, even in recent months, I feel like I've learned how to make sure that my cup is all the way full and I'm giving from the overflow, and learn to set those boundaries that when I'm on E or when I'm on 25%, that I need to, you know, step back and, you know, fill my cup up first. So that's definitely been teaching me as well, teaching me how to set my own boundaries and fill my own cup first.
Okay, we love it. And especially the part about like you doing like going vegan. I remember like when I first found out like you were all the way vegan, I gave it a little try, but you know, was not all the way for me, and it was hard, especially with people who love to put bacon grease in everything. So you know, just being but still being able to be recommended different recipes and like all of that. And we're still waiting on your cookbook, you know, your ebook. Still waiting on that. But you know, just being able to offer insight. So, you know, kind of what you wanted, like a guide and all of that, you're able to be for so many people. And so because you've inspired so many young people, so many young women, me, other women out here, who are some others who have inspired you?
Well, number one, like you just mentioned, Sweet Tea, my mother, like she is my biggest inspiration, because
Yes.
she is just a beautiful person inside and out. Like, if you really, she's coming out with a book that's going to share more of her story. But like when people really get to know her story and things that she's been through, and to see that she's just so such a peaceful person. She's so positive and she's genuine and just the most forgiving person I've ever met. Like, she don't hold no grudges on nobody. Somebody can do something wrong and like she doesn't have to go through a process of forgiveness, because she just doesn't have resentment in her heart. And she's, you know, just so talented. She's creative, she's a writer, she's a poet, she's an artist, she can model, she can dance.
Yeah.
And you know, she just, like you said, so feminine, and just learning how to interact with men as well. Like she's dope. My grandma, which was my mother's mother, before she passed away, living her life to the fullest. Like, if living your life to the fullest was a person, it was my grandma, because she lived so unapologetically. Like, that's so inspiring. She didn't live by anyone else's rules. She made her money. She did what she wanted to do. She wore her hair blonde because that's what she wanted to do. She was free spirit as well. She danced. So when you see me dancing and stuff on the internet, like, I feel like I'm channeling her, because she was just so fly and so cool. Pretty much all the women in my family, my aunt, who I mentioned, inspired me for my orchid program. My cousins, like, my cousins are older than me and younger than me. They're on their journeys and they inspire me. On both sides of my family, I have some dope men in my family as well who inspire me. My friend circle, like all of y'all.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with my, you know how my internet get from time to time. Okay. So you were talking about how you were inspired by your mama, your aunts, your cousins, and I'm always looking at your family from afar, and I'm just like, I'm gonna start photoshopping myself in these pictures. Um, and talking about how you have also men in your family who inspire you too. So can you please pick up from that point? Because again, my internet was doing what she wanted to do.
Yeah, so yeah, I have some dope men in my family as well. Even my father, me and him have our relationship issues sometimes, but he inspires me as well. He inspired me to be strong and resilient and to have integrity and be a confident woman as well. And like my friends in my circle, my homeboys that are growing in life and love with their relationships and evolving as men, and their businesses are booming, and like we started out all kind of like brainstorming together, and to see them, everybody is blossoming on their own paths, like that inspires me as well. I have some people that inspire me that are outside of my circle, that I look at, like people that I know, even meeting so many young entrepreneurs here in Atlanta that I met them when they were kind of like in their first few years, and some of them are millionaires now, and I'm just like, you dope. Like I just seeing consistency in there. And I don't even want to use the word grind, because I don't even want to get into grind mode, but like their consistency, their discipline, their passion, and their systems that they put in place to just grow and build. And just to know that I've met people and rubbed shoulders with people and interacted with them when they were in that phase of their journey where they're just passionate about just trying to make it day to day, and now they're doing big things, like that's really inspiring to me as well.
Right. I love to see it, especially like you say, when you see somebody kind of starting their journey and then boom, like millionaire. And the first person I think of is Issa Rae. Like when
Yeah.
Issa was on YouTube, y'all, I was like a hardcore awkward black girl fan. I would buy the merchandise, like I had the songs as ringtones.
Oh my goodness.
I used to love Issa. If Issa name was on it, I was watching it, I was reading it, like all of that. And then to see like her grow and secure, like all of that. And even though she's like, she doesn't know me personally, I don't know, she's not my
Girl.
it's still
She's our
inspiring.
friend.
Right. She's my friend. She's my friend. Like it's still
Yeah.
inspiring to see people be and not to say down, but in the
Right.
beginning process. And what's crazy is, even though you and I have known each other for 2 years, we've been able to see each other in various phases. So we've been beginning many times and we've been elevated many times. And so what I do appreciate is having someone like you to be able to acknowledge, like, look, this is where you started and look at where you're going. And the fact that
Yeah.
you can cheer people on, even though we're not I can't say exactly where we want to be, but
Right.
we're further than where we were. Um,
Right.
but the fact that you are still so positive and looking at them is like, you're dope. Because again, a lot of people like to see entrepreneurship as a competition
Right.
versus a collaboration. And that's all it is, a collaboration, because it's all out there. Abundance is out there for everybody.
Everybody.
You
Yeah.
just
I
gotta
want to see everybody win. It's enough room for everybody.
period at the top, like, and that's how
Yeah.
it works. It's enough for everybody. So I did
Mhm.
want to bring attention to that. So my next question is, what are you wanting other Black women to take away from your experience in the creation of your businesses?
I want other Black women to take away that you can literally be yourself, be who you are, and do the things that you love, and just take your time and not put so much pressure on yourself, because it is truly a journey. Like it's not just for some people they do just blow up overnight, but in
Right.
reality that doesn't happen like that. And you know, I always encourage people to journal, because when you revisit your old journals, you will really see how grateful you should be now. I was just talking to my mom the other day about um how grateful I was, because the things that I was crying about and writing in my journal about and praying about and trying to manifest years ago, like I'm there now, and I'm not, exactly where I want to be, that I'm dreaming about now, I'm writing about now. But that's a reminder that look, the things that you were writing about 2-3 years ago, you're here now. So you weren't even, you didn't even know how you were going to get to this point. Then you were just wanting it, you're just desiring it. And so just, have patience and have grace for yourself, because it is not a sprint, it is a marathon. And just don't let anybody box you in as well. Like, I know we're in the world of the niche or niche, whatever it's called. Like, do you, like, we are here for this human experience on this earth, not to just be one thing. Like, we're all multifaceted. And I know, everyone's advice is always focus on one thing, and in ways that's true, but that one thing doesn't necessarily have to be literally one thing. Like, focus on one task at a time, focus on growing one thing at a time as far as that. But if you want to explore multiple avenues, do that. Who's going to stop you? Like, we literally are here to experience life. So enjoy it. Find ways to make yourself happy and find joy every day. Keep your vibrations raised, and know that the things that you've gone through in the past don't have to define you. That doesn't have to be the end of your story, because like you said, I've been through all kinds of things, and I want to show Black women that whatever you're going through, whether that's childhood trauma that you haven't necessarily overcome, or you're battling in an abusive relationship, or you just with whatever situation you're in right now, you can overcome that shit. Because I don't know if I can cuss on your podcast, but
whatever you want to do. You already know I'll be returning myself, because every other word.
Yeah, but like, you can overcome it. And that's why I try to be as transparent as I can be on my platforms, on my podcast, on my Instagram, Facebook, because I want people to see that it's not just the cute stuff. Like, I have bad days. I have times where I'm discouraged. I have times where I'm low energy. I have been through some stuff that other people would have just given up on. And I'm still here, and I'm still happy, and I'm still trying to be the best that I can be. And you can too. So that's what I want to share with the world.
That's some great advice, like real dope advice. Because I think being on social media, you get the I'm a millionaire, I made $1 million, and then you might see a little bit of their story about how they grinded it out. Like, like I started on the floor, I was sleeping on the floor, now I'm a millionaire overnight. And so a lot of people get these ideas and they start doing certain things, and then they upset that they didn't blow up, and then they say something is wrong with me, like they give up. And without realizing that if they continue to be consistent, if they continue to work, like they're gonna get what they need to get. And I'm like, even thinking about me, like I started to get overwhelmed, because I'm like, this is too much. We gotta do social media, you gotta do email marketing, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. It's so many things that you have to do, and it can be discouraging. But like you said, if you take it day by day, and if you just acknowledge that there will be hard days, like it's gonna be some days you're gonna be like, girl, fuck this shit. Like I don't know what I was thinking. I got, plenty of days, like in the middle of our working sessions, girl, I was like, I'm on Indeed, Osha. I can't. But, just again, thinking back to, like you were talking about when you were journaling, just being able to recollect, because I remember you would read, like, girl, like this is from 2010, listen at this, and I'd be like, yeah, girl, like look at you now. And so thinking back to 3 years ago, remember I was like, yeah, I wanted to start a podcast one day, and then you was like, do this, and I was like, no, I can't. And then how everything basically happened in between now and then, and now here I am. Like I'm in the moment that I wanted to be in then, but I didn't know how I was gonna get here. Granted, but like a lot of different avenues. We had MSB, we had Power School, and then I got It Works, and then I got so many different things going on that it kind of led me to this moment. And so I did want to thank you for bringing that up, because Black women, you kind of got to hear, like, it's okay to not be okay sometimes, especially when you're running your businesses. Like in our minds, we gotta grind ourselves till we damn near dead in order to keep it popping. And then it's like, you lose your passion and you lose your purpose, because it becomes about the money and not about what you actually started to do. The money is a plus. The money is a bonus. when you are serving and living in your purpose, that is fulfilling.
Yeah.
And the money is a bonus. I ain't
Oh yeah. The coins, the coins are coming.
The coins are coming. But don't let that consume you in your journey, because at that point, that's when it's real easy to give up, especially when your account ain't reflecting what they got. Hey,
and the math ain't mathing.
The math ain't mathing. Okay. Yeah. Because it is hard, but it is worth it, because you've grown so much as a woman, as a person, as a divine feminine being, and you're able to think like, okay, well, this has been because of what I've been able to do, the people I've been able to meet, and the places I've been able to go based on the opportunity I have kind of afforded for myself, and the creator has been able to set in path, for it. So that, and so before we wrap this up, I don't know what was happening with my internet tonight. It was a whole lot of it don't affect nothing. If not, we can do this again. But before we go, I do want you to tell everybody, like, how can they get in touch with Osha? What is the best way to link up or collaborate or do whatever it is they need to do to be a part of Cool Widow, Damn Near Vegan, Osha Cerese, the Orchid Life, all things that you are?
Well, the best one-stop shop place to find everything is to follow me on social media at Osha Cerese, OSHACERESE. My Instagram, I think my Facebook is I am Osha Cerese, and I'm on TikTok, but TikTok is where I kind of just play. I might put a little serious things on there every now and then, but I like to just be myself there. But you can follow me there too. My website is oshacerese.com. It was down for a while because I was just like, let me reel it on back in and see exactly how I want this to be. And I'm still going to be doing some upgrades to it, but there you can, see about my products and services. I have an ebook for transitioning to veganism. It doesn't have recipes in it, but that's coming soon. I do have a guided journal for young ladies and men, young men. And then I also have a guided journal for singles or anyone who is beginning their healing journey. You could be in a relationship, a marriage, and you just want to have some tools to kind of really get to know yourself and find yourself in your healing. I'm also getting ready to roll out my self-love program again that incorporates your love languages into your self-love practices. So I'm getting ready to roll that out, I believe, next week again. And oshacerese.com is where you can find me on all on my website, and there's links to my social media there as well.
All right. Well, Osha, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me tonight, to talk to us here on our Saturday Soul Sister Sit Down. So everybody, again, you heard where you can reach her. And also be sure to follow me on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Facebook. Also my website, www.heyismejustb.com. All right, so we are out. Everybody have a great Saturday. Bye.